And then let's talk about the chord steps, because I think, you know, playing up the neck is first of all important in open D tuning, because these triads will help you with your soloing, but also if you're backing up someone else and, you know, there's a bass player or someone else is covering the lower registers and someone else is strumming standard tuned guitar, an acoustic guitar for example, you can move higher up the neck again to find your own niche where you can sit and not clash with the other guitar. But pay attention so that your guitar's intonation is in order, or at least intonated well, because mine actually doesn't, so I had to tune to the 12th fret for the demo, but I need to move the cone so to correct the intonation. But the point is, look for your D triads first. This is your first one, and then this is your second. This is your third. And wherever your D note is, if you lower that, you get a 7th chord. So this is your D here on the 2nd string, lower that, whole tone, you get your minor 7, dominant 7. In this case, what I did is I have my D here on the 3rd string, I moved it down to C, this is the first chord. And when I go to G, I'm using this shape only not for the D chord but for the G chord, and then I'm using this. This is basically a complicated way of playing a D. It's basically a weird chord where you play 2 Ds, so basically an octave, and you have an F sharp, so your 3rd. So it's not really a power chord because, or 5th chord, because that would be with the 5th. But I'm using the 3rd here. Again, going down a whole step or 2 half steps from my D to get to C, which is the minor 7. And of course you could do it from, you could dig like this on all the chords. And then I'm using the same 7, which for the A chord, which I use for the G chord. And then the first chorus I finish up with the D chord. So basically your 12th fret D chord. Same as playing it open, just an octave higher. Now I do start the second chorus with, so that's again a fragment of this D chord, just 12 frets higher. So I'm kind of, you know, I'm not even sure what this lick is, so basically kind of maybe implying a 9th in some way. Alright, so off the cuff I'm not sure what this is, but I learned it from Mike Dowling. He plays this a lot. And then it kind of leads us down back to D, but in this case, because we are playing it over this D note, over the G chord, I make it, you know, a G7. This would be your G shape. This is the second D shape I showed you. You move it up here, it becomes a G, and then I take the root, which is on the 13th, and I lower that for the 11th, which is the, you know, minor 7, B7. And then this is just another way of playing a 7. But in this case, I'm basically not playing or omitting the 5th, and instead of that, I play the 7. So I get my major 3rd, minor 7, and my root note. And then this A7 is basically derived from this big old chord. A chord here, your A major, this is your A note, you modify it down to G, you keep your E note up here on the first fret, first string, 14th fret of the first string, and you play your root here. So this is another E version where you have your B7 and your root note. So those are a whole tone apart. And then the other thing you can do is take your fifth and lower that to the third, basically, major third. Still an A7 chord. If you want to understand these chord shapes better with the help of the caged system, I have a couple of videos transposing the caged system from standard tuning to open D. You can find it on my channel, I might even link it up here. The point is, I explain it in detail and I give visual aids to help you understand or at least visualize it, see it better. For now, let's just learn the three shapes without knowing their names. Just think about where your root is. So the root is on the second string, root is on your third string, and the root is on the first string. Learn these, get it on your fingers, and also learn them in all three, the keys for all three chords of the blues in D. So not just over D, but also for G and A. And then in a future lesson, we'll talk more about how we can use these with the bottleneck, with soloing. So that I'm planning that as a follow-up. But get these shapes. I think these are the most important out of the 5 that caged has. So thank you for watching. I hope this was useful. Let me know if you use any of these ideas when you're jamming with others and you open D and you try to milk what you can out of your open D resonator and not struggle. That is the whole point. So or also let me know if you're doing other things or you have other strategies of integrating an open D guitar into a band or a jam or situation, because I'm curious. So again, thank you for watching and hopefully see you in the next video.